Hello, and welcome to the ShElite Showcase. I'm your hostess with the mostest, the shaman of ShElite, Miss Katietude Baby. And joined with me is not Savannah, if you're watching the video on youtube.com/ShElite Showcase. I have two of my homies, my friends, to join me. First up, he is the host of the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub, Smackinitraw, and the host of the #1 horror podcast on Pornhub, Getting Offed, the Warden, Mr. Matt Ritter. How are you?
Great, just double penetrating those number ones.
And joining us, he is the heart and soul of the Getcho podcast, Mr. Justin Santos. What up, Jess?
Yo, Matt, if you want, I can fluff you up for those penetrations.
I mean, you're the heart, soul, and the butthole of the Getcho podcast. So.
Why does it have to go to butts? I don't understand.
Let's go.
I like to rhyme.
Let's go.
You gotta rhyme.
Do you do it all the time?
You gotta rhyme from behind. Oh, it's your time to shine.
Calm down, Slim Shady.
All right, take it easy, Slim Shady. We're off to a great start.
It's not Matthew Vince. Shut the fuck up.
Ew.
Wow.
Hey,
what's up, Vince? What's up, Chicago Del Fantasma?
Yeah, obviously they're talking to the chat, which you can usually find ShElite on twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase, typically Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish time, except on special occasions, because as of right now, on Eastern time, the best time, it is Thanksgiving. So there's not going to be a show for Thursday's live stream, but I think I'll just be posting this on Friday as a little after Thanksgiving treat, I guess. And if you want to catch the video, like I said, youtube.com/ShElite Showcase. If you want to listen, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or Apple Podcasts. And don't you worry, I'll be plugging all of this again at the end of the show. So, should we just jump into some news and rumors, boys?
Let's do it.
So, a lot of it's going to be AEW heavy because there was not a lot of WWE news and rumors that I saw. And AEW just had Full Gear this past Saturday. So, let's start with things that happened at Full Gear. The new TNT champion, and I'm not happy about this, a Samoan named Joe. I do not agree with the decision. I have nothing against Samoa Joe, but this just is not... It didn't seem like the right time. You had all this momentum with Wardlow. Joe just turned 2 weeks prior, if that. Not a super happy camper. Yes, Matt.
So, while I see your point, on the other hand, now you get Wardlow building to try and get his title back, which he may, as well as an actual feud that matters with somebody that people actually care about, because Wardlow's just had a bunch of kind of non-important title defenses leading up to this one, and he was building that feud with Powerhouse Hobbs, but him and Powerhouse Hobbs are both still guys that are on the up-and-coming low end of the card, where Samoa Joe's an established talent that Wardlow can now face and struggle against, who will give him a fight. He's not going to dominate him and powerbomb symphony him and, you know, all of the things that he does to everyone else that he just runs through, like Katie wishes she was.
Dude, listen, an angry Wardlow? Expect me to talk about that on Friday, huh?
You wanted to be that ring post that he climbed up on and flipped over.
I wanted to be the garage he just punched. I want to be it all.
See it. Thirsty Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday.
It is technically.
You know,
Thursday
I'm
for
starting
me.
to see a correlation between Katie's want for intergender wrestling and also this abuse kink that she seems to have, where she wants to be kicked, punched,
It is
or
not
stepped on.
an abuse game. Let's get that. Let's get that
kind of
settled
is.
right here, right now.
S&M.
See, I feel like I don't have to explain all of us, but I will, cause fuck it. The whole step on me thing more so started as a figure of speech. Not that I legit wanted, I believe it was Sonya. I think that's how this all started. I didn't actually want Sonya to step on me. It was an expression that apparently...
Yeah, no, we settled that with the rack. You and the rack covered that. And he asked you to, like, picture Sonya's foot coming towards your face and it grossed you out. Yeah.
So, like,
But now you just said you wanted to be punched like a garage.
Again, just an expression. Figure of speech. Yes, Justin.
I'm still not clear on what the rack was asking. So if the rack is there somewhere, can he come on and kind of further explain? Is that possible? If not, then maybe some other time. But
Katie specifically asked the rack to take the night off. So.
Oh, okay.
The rack has done a lot. The rack had an interview recently. The rack has been through a lot. So we're gonna give the rack a little bit of time off. Maybe post show, the rack can stop by if the rack wants to.
Maybe I'll just know my role and I'll just look up the interview myself.
Yeah, or you
in the mind of, plug, small plug.
Don't worry, I do all that at the very end of the show. While we're still on new champions that happen at Full Gear. I don't know why I wrote this in this order for some reason, but new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, the rat bastard himself, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. This needed to happen. It needed to happen this way. William Regal's a snake. He's a scoundrel. He's a villain, but it works. It works so well.
True.
And, like, I even said it last week. I was like, is Regal gonna turn? And Savannah was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, he's definitely fucking turning. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, it's happening.
You know what I love about MJF?
What?
What's that?
He's from Jersey. And he is exactly, like, he is authentically himself. And in doing so, everyone that I imagine, like, that is just how everyone from Jersey comes off to me. They were in Jersey when he won. Jersey was chanting fuck CM Punk, which I expect from them because it's fucking Jersey and that's just how they are. But, like, he is a perfect, authentic representation of everyone from Jersey. I'm pretty sure it was Jersey. Isn't he from Jersey?
I thought he's... I have to look it up. I thought he's from New York.
I mean, he's from the tri-state area. We'll just say that.
Yeah, I think he's from New York, but where he grew up is, like, near the borderline of Jersey, I believe. New Jersey.
Long Island.
There you go, Long Island. Hello, duh, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, like, it
but then
all
again,
makes sense.
Matt's not wrong about, some...
You might as well be from Jersey the way he acts.
Oh, my God.
I mean, yeah, he's a rat bastard.
Whoa!
I've been calling him this for months.
No, I know. Just
my favorite. He's my favorite rat bastard. I have grown to actually love MJF. And now, if you would have told me that a year ago, when I was doing SmackDraw with Kevin, who loved MJF, I would have told you you're on some shit. Now here we are.
Right.
I am a fan. He got me. It's everything with him coming back after the whole pipe bomb, in quotes, thing, and then him coming back in the promos he was cutting. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I kind of feel it. I'm in. Team MJF. So, I don't know. That's just me.
I agree. I mean, it for him to have the title right now is the right time for him, for AEW, and the wave that he's bringing along and the attention that he's bringing to AEW. It's the right time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
Should he have done the whole thing with the brass knuckles? Do you think that was the right move?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he said he wouldn't use the diamond ring.
That right.
And he was very hell-bent on being like, oh, I'm true to my word. Which he said in, like, the media scrum after. He's like, you all believed what I said. You're all fucking stupid. Something along those lines. So him using the Nux and being aligned with Rico now, and we find out next week as to how and why they kind of got aligned. It was an email. Yeah. That's all we know as of right now.
Right.
But it's what?
Well, because the whole promo between William Regal and MJF was an email.
Exactly.
The email that he got.
So it's very apropos.
It's coming together.
Will you put the scissors away? Then also at Full Gear, Jamie Hayter becomes at the time new AEW interim women's champion. I'll talk more about that in a second. But this was the time for Jamie Hayter to win. The crowd was fully behind Jamie. Tony was hell of a champion. I give her that. But it was Jamie's time. And I'm glad that they decided to, listen to the crowd. Unlike they did with the Acclaimed when they could have pulled the audible at the last pay-per-view and they didn't, and then they waited a week and gave them the titles anyway. They could have done those things, but it's fine. So, they listened to this time, and we got Jamie Hayter champion, and they're kind of brewing her and Britt going at it, especially after tonight. Britt talking for her, being the one to hand her the belt, little things like that, because Britt doesn't want the spotlight on anybody else. It's a whole thing. Then, in Fantasyland, as Matt likes to call it, Kairi, formerly known as Kairi Sane, becomes the first ever IWGP Women's Champion.
Yep.
What?
Are you sure you're saying that right?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. How do you say it?
Well, I was just checking my notes, and I have under news, Kyrie wins ICUP strongest uterus title.
Hate you. I was wondering how you're gonna turn that one. Yeah, she won. She won that title. Rightfully so. Kyrie's badass. And I don't know
that match was
Stardom,
good.
so I didn't watch it.
And that match was good, and I do want to say shout out to her because she was going through a lot of things after leaving WWE. So for her to be in that spectrum of I can still do it again, same thing Paige, aka Soraya as well. Both of them were kind of in a dark. Both of them were kind of in a dark space. So it's nice to see both women back to wrestling, back to doing what they love, and they're showcasing what they're meant to do. So shout out to them. For the womans.
Jesus has a question in the chat. He said, "Isn't the strongest uterus the women's WrestleMania trophy?" It is, but more than one company can have the same title. There's more than one world heavyweight champion. It's just this is the ICUP strongest uterus championship,
right?
As opposed to the WWE strongest uterus championship.
And there's multiple uterus, guys. Come on,
lots of uterus going around.
A lot of uterus.
I hate you both.
Got to be a gynecologist to keep up with all this uterus.
Ooh.
All right. Anyways, again, I'll pronounce his name the incorrect way, and then you can change it, Matt. Konosuke Takeshita has officially signed with AEW.
Yes.
Matt, would you like to say his name your way?
Take a shit up.
There you go. I mean, that's cool. His love for Cinnabon tweets, just pure. Just happiness.
He's no great Okan, but...
I mean, he's no great Okan, but Takeshita's cool. And he froze. And he's back.
And who doesn't like cinnamon on their buns?
You really...
I love how, the audio delayed, so, he struck a pose, and it was still talking for us.
I can't. Then, switching to a little bit of WWE. Again, not a whole lot. Mia Yim apparently changed her name to Michin, but then the next day, so Tuesday, on the website, it was changed back to Mia Yim. So maybe they are just still gonna call her Mia Yim. It was like on the card thing, like the
And Balor said it too in his promo.
yeah, like it was said throughout the show, and then it was even on like the nameplate thing when she was supposed to come out with Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa, but even though she got her ass jumped by Rhea in the back, but it did say Michin, so I don't know what they're doing.
I think it's a quick fix. I mean, I think they're just like, fuck it, let's just go back. And, you know, it's only like, they didn't, at least they changed it, you know, quicker than just like waiting a whole, you know, month. So I think it's all, I think it's okay. It's a good save.
This is the problem that Vince McMahon has created by taking all of these stars and changing their names. Now, anytime there is any sort of name change, and if they were going to do this, they should have done this when they brought her back.
Yeah.
And given us a reason for why and all of these things instead of just doing it like the second or third week she's here. Because she was all about it. She was posting on social media. She was explaining the name change and all that. But that's something you need to do on TV, because immediately the IWC is going to overreact and be like, oh, Triple H is supposed to be better than Vince McMahon, but here he is changing people's names and doing all these things and same shit, same WWE, fuck WWE. Like, you're gonna get that. Like that, the IWC is going to like masturbate in their mom's basement while typing out all this hateful shit. Because that's what gets them off. Because WWE handled it poorly. Now, do they go back on it? I know if you ask TC is going to say no, he loves the chaos and don't give in to the fans. And part of me agrees with that and part of me doesn't, because there's some things that they did go back on that I'm happy that they did, and that's what I wanted. So, like, I'm happy, but it's all personal preference. They should have, if they were going to do it, they should have done it right away. And they should have said, you know, her Bullet Club name or OC name is Michin. Like, something. We're going to call you Michin. Like, you're our Michin. You're our crazy girl in the OC. Whatever. Because she came out wearing biker gear and shit. Like, she's full out OC now. Like, exactly. So they could have done it better.
Benji wanted somebody to clip that. Benji, you have a phone. You can clip it.
I'll clip it for him.
I'll clip Benji.
Okay. Anyways. Then we got a debut on NXT. Scripps makes his in-ring debut. Now,
Justin, you want to handle this one?
Yeah, I mean, I put a tweet out. I mean, Getcho Maximum looking ass, you know, saying dollar, you know, tree, Halloween costume. I mean, the guy looks so bad, you know what I'm saying? And like, did you see that he was trying to give high fives to people, and people were like, no, man, don't touch me, Scripps.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
I have a lot to say about this. One, it's Reggie. If people don't know that by now, oh, so sorry to spoil it for you. The same way he got in the ring, the flippy shit in the ring, it's Reggie, guys.
Yes.
Two, when you heard these promos from Scripps, like these phone calls and all of this, that is not who you expected to walk out with that goofy ass mask on. Like, they seem like
a
two
broke
different
Static
people.
X.
So, I saw someone post that it was a picture of Reggie and then it was a picture of Serpentico, and how similar their masks look. And I was thinking Dollar Tree Serpentico, but I don't know how it is in Pittsburgh or other parts of the country. But I know in Chicago, we refer to mid-ass weed as Reggie because it's regular.
So, I don't do the marijuana, so I don't know.
I know you don't do the marijuana. I'm just saying, like, they named it
I have
perfectly.
Never
this
heard
was
it.
mid
I've
as
never heard it
fuck.
called that. Here.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
Yo, that's
it
like
was
old.
Fuck.
That's like old slang. But that's
I'm
that's
old.
true though.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I want to shout out TC real quick, because on his on one of his Young Kings episode, like I think 2 episodes ago, he brought up the word goofy, right? And he said Chicago Goofy or Goofy, and I only know our Goofy. I didn't know that there's another Goofy.
Can you explain the difference
You know what I'm
for
saying?
everyone who doesn't know?
Goofy is just like a stupid like person, like no education, no smartness, just outright dumb, you know?
Okay.
That's usually what it pertains to, like in a slang term from in our area. And then there's like goofy, like wacky, like just loony, you know?
Like Goofy from
Yeah, goofy from
Mickey
like
and Minnie
Disneyland.
Mouse. Like, yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, not here. Here it means you're fucking dumb.
No.
You're goofy.
Yeah.
Goofy ass motherfucker.
Well, yeah. So
yeah.
that's a whole thing. If Triple H changes anything, please change that for the love of God. Because like
He doesn't have
hijacking.
control.
Okay,
But
then
hold
tell
on.
Sean.
Didn't Matt explain why? Didn't Matt explain why a couple episodes ago why this is happening? Because HBK is looking at two different scripts
You guys are so fucked up. Stop saying
at the
that.
same time.
No, because it's scripts. He's looking at two different scripts, and he's like, I like that. Put 'em together. Wasn't sure which one to send out on TV.
I hate you guys so much.
That's too good. Yeah.
Fucking dumb. Dumb. Dumb.
You about to talk about Dijak coming out as like a BDSM ex-cop fucking Punisher looking ass?
He looks more like that phone call was describing.
No, he
than
looked like a
Scripps. Like that's kind of what you expect. I wanted like some
right from
badass-looking man.
like the promo that Scripps had. Right, okay, yeah.
Not
I got
some
you.
goofy ass clown.
You're sitting there and they got the fucking cage and it opens and closes and then I'm gonna have my own brand of I'm like, who the fuck are you, big boss man looking motherfucker? Like, what is this vigilante justice bull? Like, are you a bounty hunter? Are you Dijak the bounty hunter? Like, what the fuck is going on here? And he fucked up his own finish.
He hasn't been in the ring in a while.
I know.
Don't give this man excuses. You do not come back and then miss the knee on your fucking finish. I feasted my eyes on that bullshit for sure.
You knock it off.
Yeah, plus this is the look at you. This is the performance center. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he had multiple times to practice the move with the ring gear that he was wearing. By the way, it reminded me of every person in high school who dressed up as like Neo from the Matrix when the costume wasn't available. Like it's a DIY Getcho Matrix outfit. He even dyed his hair slick like Neo. You know what I'm saying? Like
listen,
little black shoe polish.
I'm just happy Dijak
for
is
real.
back.
Black shoe.
We don't have T-Bar anymore.
We'll see.
I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I'm excited. So whatever.
And you're allowed to be excited. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rain on your parade and go so hard on him because he botched his return and came out looking like the Punisher.
Hey, it works for him. For now. We'll see. And then the final little bit I have, like I mentioned before, how Jimmy Hayter was the interim, in quotes. Well, it was announced on Dynamite. Thunder Rosa to be exact, relinquish the title because she's not sure when she will be back. Yeah, fucking finally. Not sure when she will be back, so her and AEW management have decided that, you know what, she's gonna give up the title, and Jamie Hayter is no longer an interim champion. No. She is AEW Women's Champion, and the people who were bitching on Twitter, I'm so happy they said it as soon as they possibly could. People were bitching, oh, well now Toni Storm's title reign doesn't mean anything, this, that, whatever. Not even 5 minutes later after seeing all these tweets, Excalibur says on commentary, oh, well, I just heard from Tony Khan that upper management decided Toni Storm's reign will count as AEW Women's World Champion, not interim. And then everyone's just like, oh, I'm so happy. They, like, retracted their statements immediately. So I didn't say anything about it. I was just like, good, finally we have no more interim shit.
Yeah, see, this is why like the internet is the fucking worst, because now everything is or feels like, I can't say that it is, but it feels like Tony Khan snorted a line, was on Twitter, he's like, oh, I gotta fix this. And yeah, like Justin just did, off camera.
Off camera.
And then he's in Excalibur's ear going, Tony's reign counts too, so that they're not mad at me anymore. Like everything, whether it is or isn't, everything feels like a retroactive. Like same thing with the Mia Yim shit. Like it kind of sucks. Like it really does.
Yeah, like I mean, I was very much for the fact that like there shouldn't have been I've been saying this from the jump. There should have been no interim champions, point blank, period, in AEW at all.
Right.
And I talked about that on Young Kings. You know, if you could hear me, not on Apple. But like when Thunder Rosa got injured and she knew like she was gonna be out for quite a bit, because this was like quite a few months ago that she was like got injured and couldn't compete. Toni Storm won the title, the interim title. That should have just counted straight away as the normal title. Like, so I was very much like, Toni did bust her ass as champion. Like, there's no denying that. So the fact that they decided, after the fact, of course, to give her this recognition, it should have just been from the jump and been like, nah, fuck this, we're done with interim stuff.
Right.
But I'm not two-time Booker of the Year, so I mean, he shouldn't be either.
Glad
but
that she's recognized. No, you're right.
So is this Getcho ShElite Raw or ShElite Getcho Raw? What are we calling this?
I don't know, because last time it was Getcho Raw Showcase.
Yeah.
We could just call it Two Guys and Katie.
That I don't like that. Don't like that title at all.
Two guys, one Katie.
No. I mean, it could.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah, oh, throwback.
Why you guys like this?
Mr. Pink, Mr. Blue, Mr. Black.
ShElite After Dark. I don't know. We'll think of a title after the fact. Does anyone else have any news and rumors that they would like to talk about?
I have one. Remember the thing I sent you on IG? So apparently Bobby Lashley was offered. He was offered a role on Stranger Things. I don't know what he was gonna be, but he was offered a role. I don't know if he was offered for the next one or like a previous season. But I think he was also offered. I think he was also offered a role on Mortal Kombat as well too.
Well, that would make sense.
We getting Golden Vecna?
Vecna Almighty? Is that what we're?
Well, no.
we're
So I was like,
get?
you got Golden Frieza, and that's kind of like a more jacked version of Frieza. So I was thinking like Golden Vecna, where like it's Vecna.
Oh, you mean like the stage? Yeah.
Maybe Vecna like swallows the fucking smoky spider thing. I forget what they call it.
Okay.
And then gets real jacked.
The Mind Flayer?
Yes.
The Mind Flayer?
Yeah, God.
Okay.
Vecna eats the Mind Flayer and then gets all fucking jacked, and it's Bobby Lashley as Vecna.
Oh.
Imagine. What
That'd be
turn
crazy.
of events that would be.
And then it's like it's like Frieza, like all the smoke comes out, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like he appears, just like how Frieza appears.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we might have to get on that. According to Katie, we're slacking on that.
Yeah, you
DBZ pod too.
That's on you guys. My schedule has never changed. I have told you guys I'm not doing this shit. I'm not wrangling children together. That is between you, Vince, and Reek. Figure it the fuck out and let me know anytime after 11, Monday through Friday, maybe a little earlier on a weekend. Neither here nor there. Is now the time where I should go off about the thing, or is that later? At the end of news and rumors.
We're done with news and rumors? Do we have anything more?
Well,
I have one.
I'm
I'm sorry, guys.
Like,
I'm sorry. I have one.
Bobby
So
Lashley.
Dior the sneaker brand has been doing stuff with wrestlers lately. They did something with Makazi in a whole like charity thing about autism. For Sasha
Mm-hmm.
Banks' brother because he's autistic. So that was the first like iteration that I seen of it.
Hold on. Sasha Banks has a daughter?
No, brother.
I swear you said daughter.
I heard brother.
It might have been
Okay,
like mid
maybe.
cough. It might have been mid cough. I'm sorry. You know what I'm
I
saying?
swear he said Sasha Banks' daughter has autism, and I'm like, wait, what?
It's been a while since I swallowed. So
Continue. Sorry. So Sasha
okay.
Banks' brother,
So okay.
charity Dior.
Yeah, so they did. So Makazi did a thing with for autism. So all like the proceeds and everything go to autism and everything. And then it's funny because then like later on, um, the Young Bucks strike a deal with Diodora. Okay, and so they have their sneakers come out, and then now Ray Phoenix has a version of his shoe with Diodora as well.
I knew about the Buck shoes. Like I've known about all of it. I didn't realize there were going to be Lucha Bros shoes. They like briefly brought it up
Yeah,
on commentary.
for right now, just Ray. For right now, Ray Phoenix. I don't know if Pentagon is getting one, but yeah, I mean that's something.
Are you gonna get
Yeah.
those, Justin?
Unfortunately, I may not. The Ray Phoenix colorway is probably like the cleanest one because it's like white gray. There's not too much going on. The Young Bucks one,
Oh, don't worry.
it looks like a 4-year-old colored them. It's like
Guess
just.
about those shoes.
I know. I saw her picture, and I thought that she's a fan, so I'm not gonna hate. But me personally, they just are not with my aesthetic. They're not with my aesthetic. So shout out
Two
though.
dudes with Katietude.
It might be that. All right,
That's a good one.
Matt, go for it.
All right. So, along with news and rumors and kind of what Justin was talking about. So, tonight on Dynamite, the Elite came out to a not so warm welcome from the Chicago crowd. I don't think it's surprising. Jersey had the fuck CM Punk chance. Chicago had fuck the Elite chance. So here's my issue with the whole thing, because you can listen to ShElite every week and you can hear Savannah say all of the nice things about the Young Bucks and Kenny and how she loves them and she thinks they're fucking sweet little darling angels and they could never do anything wrong and they're just the best people that ever existed. That's not what you're going to hear right now. They're fucking douchebags. I have always got the impression from looking at them that they are smug little pricks. That is just my personal opinion. And if you don't feel that way, that's fine. Like, I don't understand how people don't look at these guys and see it, because my thing is, and I've been trying to be diplomatic about the whole, like, yes, everyone was wrong. Everyone was wrong. But honestly, CM Punk got so much more heat than the fucking Elite did in the situation when they're fucking EVPs, when they should be held to a higher standard than CM Punk or anyone else in that fucking company, regardless of champion status, because they are behind the scenes. And then they come back after their suspension and they're throwing it back in the faces of everybody watching and mocking CM Punk. Colt Cabana thing, whatever. Call it a shot if you want. I don't, that doesn't bother me. But they come back, they do their BTE bullshit. They've got the fuck CM Punk chants highlighted on their BTE bullshit. Then they come out here. Kenny's in the middle of the ring. He's biting his opponents because he got bit by Ace Steel, and Ace Steel's from Chicago. And like, they're doing all this dumb shit to rub it in everyone's face because they don't really care, because they're a bunch of smug assholes, in my opinion. Like, really, I believe that's who they are. Like, they're a bunch of fucking children who should, again, be held to a higher standard because they are executive vice presidents. You could say it's their gimmick. You could say it, but they're not really heels. Like, they came back to a babyface pop. They were facing heels. We don't even know really what the fuck they are. So it doesn't make sense for them to fucking heel it up. They're taking shots at CM Punk, who doesn't even possibly work for the fucking company anymore. Like, we don't know what his contractual status is.
Mm-hmm.
He's out with an injury. We don't know if he's coming back. All the signs and everything say he's not coming back. So now they're just taking shots at this dude, which is what started, as I've said repeatedly, this whole thing from the get-go. Because I've talked about, how Cody left and AEW was as much, if not more, his baby than it even was the fucking Elites. And he left his baby behind like fucking Rey Mysterio and moved on to a better place in the hands of a cokehead. So there were talks about there being issues with CM Punk or with Cody Rhodes and the Elite.
Yeah.
And then Rico say, oh, well, if you listen to this interview, Cody's fucking diplomatic. He's not going to burn any bridges. He's like, oh, yeah, whatever. I don't believe that. I think that they're fucking giant scumbag children, and he got sick of their shit and said, as much as I love this thing and want it to work, I'm going to go somewhere else because this is a toxic environment I don't want to be a part of. CM Punk comes in, everyone blames him for the toxic environment, and then he has all this stuff happen. The only consistency between the two situations are the fucking EVPs, who all started shit with CM Punk over Colt Cabana before CM Punk even fucking said shit about Colt Cabana. And then everyone's like, why is he bringing Colt Cabana up? Because they kept fucking bringing it up and throwing it in his fucking face and making comments about it and doing promos about it. Is what it is.
Do you feel better?
They're shitbags. Fucking hate them.
Do you feel better?
A little bit.
I'm glad you could get that off your chest, man. I will say, the whole taking shots at CM Punk during the match, like Kenny biting Pac, Kenny doing the go to sleep thing, GTS. Kenny hitting a GTS, Matt Jackson trying to do a buckshot lariat but then falling on his ass. Like,
I wish I had muffins from Mindy's.
The funniest part still about that is the reviews that people made.
Right.
But go ahead, Joss.
The funny thing is about all that is that, we talked about earlier, like, there's going to be a lot of sweaty ass fans. They're going to be like, oh, that's their gimmick. That's their being healed. They're playing to the crowd. It's like, no, it's not. You're not. Just stop trying to stand up for them. You know that they're being douchey. You know what I'm saying? And with all respect to their accolades, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to take anything away from them, right? But what I will say is this, because Matt pretty much, like, I'm on the same tip as him. Pause. Is that I would love for them to do that again if he was there. And let's see what happens. If you want to act like, you're all big and tough and shit, do that when he's there. And let's see what happens. That's all I'm saying.
Because Young Kings Wrestling, or at least Rick will sit here and try and tell you that CM Punk lost that fight, but he did not lose that fight. And I guarantee he did not lose that fight because he's the one that's still gone and they're not. And they're the ones that cried foul and said, oh, we just walked in and tried to be nice and he punched me and he bit me and they lost that fight because they can't fucking fight. Look at them. They can't fucking fight. Neither here nor there. Somebody in the chat said Kenny Omega came out and said, we need to move past the media scrum. How the fuck are we supposed to move past it if you're referencing it in your fucking matches and you're highlighting crowd, like you're feeding into it, but you're telling everyone else to move the fuck out. You're the problem.
Yeah.
And I tried to like them. I tried to. I was like, let me give this shit a chance. Like AEW, let me see what everyone, like, they have not appealed to me from day one. Not day one have I given a fuck about them. I don't see it. I don't get it. They're smug pricks. Move on. I'm done.
Okay, we're done. Matt got his rant out. We're just gonna move on to today in women's wrestling history. It's very apropos again. Second time I've used that today. Because we're gonna talk about Survivor Series WarGames later. It was NXT TakeOver WarGames 2019, where the first women's WarGames match happened. Dakota turning on Tegan. Matt was there.
Mm-hmm. Jay was there too.
Not with Matt.
That's true. Jay doesn't like Matt. But overall, the team of Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, and technically Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox defeated the team of Bianca Belair, formerly known as Io Shirai, Io Sky, Kaylee Ray, now known as Alba Fire, and Shayna Baszler. I will say, Rhea Ripley and Candice LeRae won that match by themselves, and they did a damn good job. And this was the start of Io being in every single women's WarGames match. So big shout
Yep.
out.
Yep.
Big
It
shout
was a damn good match.
It was so good.
Theo did the trash can spot.
Yep.
Off the top of the cage.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes.
Good shit. Good shit.
What's it called? And just look at the names mentioned there too. Like, look at how far they've come. You know.
Yeah, I mean, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those names are officially in the match on Saturday.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Possibly 5 if Candace joins. We'll find out. Tomorrow. No.
Maybe.
Friday. It's not Thursday.
It's not Thursday, it's Wednesday.
I don't know.
Also, Katie, I apologize for going off. I shouldn't have done that on your show. I feel bad.
Oh my god, it is Wednesday.
No. Don't feel bad. Matt, I go off on your show all the time. It's only fair.
Yeah, but people are supposed to get off of my show. Like, that's the whole point.
You know, I walked right into that one, and you know what? We're just gonna move on.
Because it's on Pornhub.
Justin, I can't.
Because it deals with sex. And it deals with things.
Things was the best you could do that.
I fucking cannot. Alright, so you guys have both been on this show. You know how this works. You both knew what you were walking into. Wrestlers of the week. Matt, do you have a tag team?
Do I have a tag team? I can tell you who it's not. It's not the fucking elite.
I know.
House of Black. House of Black returned tonight. Listen, I was in my notes typing, all pissed off that I had to sit and watch a Jake Hager match followed by a QT Marshall segment. And then the lights went off and I heard the music, and then there's little Julia Hart in her fucking giant hat in the red doing the thing, and then Malachi's back and they wreck House. House of Black is my tag team of the week.
Fuck yeah. Just?
Tag team of the week. Oh man, that's tough. Because there's so many tag teams that are just really hot right now. You know, you got the Usos, you got the Acclaim going on. You know, I said tag teams. There's like, I only mentioned 2. And you know what? I'm still gonna go with the. I like their performance that they did on Full Gear. I really like what. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they Anthony Bourdain was injured and they were able to tell a good story in the match too. So I gotta give it up to them.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who was injured?
Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bowens.
Anthony Bowens.
Jesus Christ. Matt and I both looked at each other like, what?
Yo, let's edit that out.
The fuck
I don't edit the
is
show.
Anthony Bourdain?
He was a chef.
That's the foodie guy.
Yeah.
That's the foodie guy.
I have no idea who that
He's
is.
different food and stuff.
Recipes.
You have no idea. We're doing a watch along after this, guys. So
We're
come
not doing
post show,
a
watch along Anthony Bourdain. All right.
No.
Who's ever on? Who's ever in it?
I was
Who's
gonna
ever
say,
here? Let's do it.
Bourdain,
Let's
isn't
do
that the name of the dude from fucking Buffy and Angel? Isn't that like the actor's last name?
No.
Ooh, look at you.
No. Love him though. No,
Look
his
at
is like
you,
Boreans. Has like a Z in it.
Boreanaz, yes.
Yeah.
Boreanaz,
The
yes.
Vampire Slayer. Look, yeah, we getting some real good shit now.
This is a whole another conversation that we could be having on This Is Your Boy Just, and Justin is slacking on those episodes, by the way. I keep giving him content for these episodes, and I get nothing.
It's coming. It's gonna come.
Yes, Jesus, I know
you're gonna get
Anthony
something,
Bourdain
trust me.
is no longer with us. That's why I said R.I.P. Anyways, my tag team, since we're just gonna change topics now, I'm going Brawling Brutes. I'm very mainly from Raw. Love me some Shamo. Rich Holland's okay. Love me some Butch. This tag team's great. I'm very excited for WarGames because only 2 people on the men's team, and again, we'll talk about this, have experience in WarGames on this team. Oh god, my pen. Is Kevin Owens and Butch. So I'm very excited to see what Butch can do again in a WarGames match. So I'm going Braun Brutes. Justin, female wrestler of the week, or females, because like I have 2.
Man, you know what? I know we touched up on it a little bit earlier, but Kairi Sane, I gotta go with Kairi Sane, being the first ever ICP, but New Japan, Women's World Title. So I gotta give it to her. I was trying to think of something funny, and I just got messed up in all the. Anyway, serious note. Yeah, shout out to her. First one ever. Like I said earlier, she was in a dark space, and now she's back to doing what she loves. So, yeah, I gotta give it up to her.
Big shout out, Matt.
So Friday counts, right?
Yeah, I count Friday.
Okay, I'm gonna go Shotzi Blackheart because I feel like we didn't really talk about her on Smackin' but she did defeat Shayna Baszler. She is still #1 contender going against Ronda. She's probably gonna fucking lose. It is what it is. But like, this is her, according to what they said on SmackDown, this is her first singles title shot. I don't know if that's true or not, but maybe
on the main roster. Well, no. She have a like match with Ronda, I thought.
I don't think it was for the title though, but I don't know. So, and also fucking Shotzi Blackheart. Like it's between her and Gigi Dolan just for what she's been posting on Twitter lately, which is
gold.
Oh yeah. Shotzi.
That's a different show and a different story.
That's a Friday conversation.
We can talk about it now.
No, we cannot. No.
We can talk about it now.
Listen, I have already alienated the ShElite fan base by shitting on the Elite, so like, let's not continue to do that.
It's okay.
That's not true.
There was the fan base is this big anyways, so if you alienated them, oh well. I'll get a new fan base. That's it. We'll have this conversation later. I have 2. We talked about it earlier. Jamie Hayter winning the title, rightfully deserved, as she should. And her and Britt won the random ass trios tag match. I don't know. A triple threat tag team match tonight. So big shout out to Jamie Hayter. And then Ivy Nile, who is, like Julius Creed said, underrated, underappreciated. She won her match against Kiana James.
Oh yeah.
I love Ivy Nile. Like that little Diamond Mine piece I wrote was mainly just gonna be about Ivy Nile, but I didn't have enough like information to make it just about her, so I had to make it all about Diamond Mine. But Ivy Nile's fantastic. Yes.
You know who I was watching the Dynamite tonight, and apparently they call Tommy Hirozichi the Stone Pitbull or some shit like that.
Stone Pitbull, yeah.
Okay, that should be Ivy Nile. Like, A, she is chiseled out of stone, and B, she looks like a fucking little pitbull. Like,
they do.
I don't know if she looks like a pitbull or if she looks like a chihuahua. That or if she looks like a chihuahua that hangs out with pitbulls because she's so tiny but like fierce.
No, don't compare her to a chihuahua. Those little fucking ankle biters. Ivy Nile's better than a chihuahua, but I'm pretty sure she has been called like a pitbull before. Maybe like in the very beginning of Diamond Mine.
She should be the Stone Pitbull.
I mean, I agree. I love Ivy Nile. All right, we'll do Manza's.
Definitely Diamond Mine's breakout star for sure.
Yeah, honestly, her and Julius Creed, like those are the 2. Brutus is kind of there. Roddy's still injured. And Dan McKemp was a bitch. So,
Damn.
I'm just saying. I'm just stating facts. All facts, no printer over here, Jess. I'll just start for the men. I have 2 again. I'm gonna give it to Wesley and Mello. It's kind of a combined thing because they both killed it in the match.
Yes.
That was like a fantastic main event. Mello don't miss, but he did miss a little bit. But I'm happy he's not in the NA title picture anymore. Like, we didn't want him there anymore. We want him moving up. So I'm okay with this. And like I said, hell of a match. Those two killed it. And then I'm also going to give it to absolute Ricky Starks, who is now the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. The promos him and Max can have, the potential, the fact that, I think it was Public Enemies tweeted the picture of the one episode of SpongeBob where the fish is just covered in, like, bandages. They're going to be like Ricky Starks next week. I'm like, that's disrespectful, but also kind of funny. Because he's just hella taped up on his chest. So, I don't know. I love Ricky Starks. I know you're mad that he uses the fucking spear. I know. I can see it in your face, and I see your tweets. And I understand.
Fucking stop it! Just stop using, like, why is it so hard to not fucking spear somebody for a win? I don't get it.
I can tell you probably why he used that and not Rochambeau. It's because he was so taped up. I'll use that as my catalyst, as my olive branch here.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't shut up, Justin.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
Matt. Mans.
To counter something Katie said earlier, my man's is going to be a Samoan named Joe who holds 2 titles, because I fucking love Samoa Joe. I feel like Samoa Joe is literally the most underutilized, underrated professional wrestler possibly fucking ever. This man should be a world champion, should be a top star. His promos are top notch. His in-ring work is top notch. The man is believable as fuck in everything he does. And he took out War Daddy. He beat War Daddy and took his title. Now he's Joe 2 belts. Now we got 2 Samoans named Joe with 2 belts running around this bitch. And I love War Daddy. I do love War Daddy. I love Samoa Joe more. Like, he's out here for the thick boys representing, and I gotta appreciate that. So you represent for them thick boys, Joe, with your double belts.
Which, like, again, I understand, and I have nothing wrong with that. Samoa Joe's representing the thick boys. War Daddy's got that female demographic, as he should, because have you seen that man? Goddamn. This is nuts.
Where's the leak, man?
Damn.
Fuck off. Not your show. You can't be using that against me.
Say what?
So stupid. Anyway, Justin, your mans's.
Okay, so I have two mans right now. Actually, can I do an honorable mention third man?
Sure.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Okay, so my third man's an honorable mention. I gotta give it to Akira Tozawa, right? And hear me out. He is doing what R-Truth does, using a lot with the less of his time. You know, being funny, trying to be charismatic in his skits. So I gotta give it up to him. He's doing a lot with nothing. Kevin Owens, you know what I'm saying? He's back in the spotlight. He gave a great promo on Monday Night Raw, telling Roman, "Don't forget who I am. I almost took you to the distance. It wasn't for Paul Heyman, I would be world champ." Blah blah blah. So I gotta give it up to him, you know. And then MJF, obviously, gotta give it to MJF. So those are my 3 mans.
So are Kevin Owens and MJF your 2 mans? And is Tozawa your honorable mention?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you counting to 3 like that?
Exactly.
Well, because it's an honorable mention, so it can't be included with the other ones. So there's got to be a gap. So you got Kevin Owens and MJF, and
That's
then
true.
Down here,
Yep,
you got your honorable mention in Akira Tozawa.
is the honorable mention.
Yes.
Yes.
Shocker.
They bait.
So anyways, alright, we're gonna move on to the question of the week. It's 2 parts. So I believe Jesus...
Is there a bonus third part?
No, shut up. Jesus suggested this last week. not Survivor Series, WarGames teams. So basically, 5 people. You get to pick 5 people. I'm just doing WWE for mine because I already have my 5. If you guys would like to branch outside of that, you can. I will not restrict you. But we'll just go around like draft style and just one person at a time. Just name off who's on your team.
So five.
So you've got a team, right?
Are we doing men
Yes.
and women or just?
Yeah, men and women.
Okay. So you've got a team, and
Okay.
you said we're going to do a draft
Men and
style.
women, okay.
So let's say you take Kevin Owens, but I want Kevin Owens. Does that mean I can't have Kevin Owens?
We can all have the same people. I don't care. I more so just
Okay.
meant like just take turns,
Here's-
like for one person at a time, kind of thing.
Okay. I'm with you on that.
So would either of you like to
So
go
who-
first?
I always say ladies first. And seeing as you've had time to prep and actually have a team, and I'm now just figuring out who the fuck I want to put on, and we're only drafting one Survivor Series team, not both sides of the Survivor Series. Right?
Yeah. So just I'm having it just like War Games, not even Survivor Series, like just one War Games team. Yeah.
One team. Okay.
One team.
I think I'm good then. Gotcha.
So I'm starting off strong. Mentioned it earlier. She won the first women's War Games match. Dominant. I'm going Rhea Ripley. I have.
Of course.
She's been in 3.
All right.
This being her 3rd.
Number one pick. Number one pick.
Number 1 spot, baby.
Yeah, that's I mean that's the number one pick right there. If it's gonna come to women, it's the number one pick for sure.
So I guess we'll just go this way. So Matt, we'll go around.
So we're starting with women. So
You can do whoever.
Shayna Baszler.
Okay.
We've seen what she can do in an elimination chamber. I'd like to see what she could do in a double ring surrounded by a cage.
She also does have experience in the War Games. She was in the first one. So, Shayna's a solid pick. Just?
And this is like it could be anybody, right?
Yeah.
Do they have to be living? Or they have to be living?
Yes.
You gotta give me a couple minutes now.
You can't think of a single person on any roster right now you would want on.
Well,
your
because
War
I had a
Games team.
theme. I kind of had a theme. Is what I was going. I had kind of had a theme that I was going for. So,
I'm
okay.
so
Well,
sorry.
okay. If it has to be living, then I guess I'll just go with Wendy Chu.
Okay.
Well, I know what your theme is.
All right. Second pick. He's been in. This will be his second, I believe. Matt did mention him in a little bit. Kevin Owens. I think KO's a solid pick. So I gotta go KO. Matt.
I am also going KO for my men's team, and I am going to be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Justin.
Okay. So men's. Okay, I'm gonna do Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, thick boys that like spam, like I like spam.
I mean, Samoa Joe's a hell of a pick.
That's right.
I mean, so as of right now, we have me with Rhea and KO.
Mm-hmm.
We have Matt with Shayna and KO. And then you with Wendy Chu and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, we got a thick milkshake going on.
Your team's very thick. I gotta say.
That's right. The straw, you know what I'm saying? When you try to, suck up the straw, your vein is gonna be. Okay, should we just go back and forth, you and I, or should we wait for?
I'll wait.
Brother Matt?
I'll wait for Matt. I'll just wait for him. There's no problem.
How's the chat doing? Chat, how are we feeling today? How's your mental health? How's your mental health today, y'all? Mental health good?
Yeah. Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
Good.
Holiday season.
That's good.
Hopefully everyone's
Yeah.
okay.
These times could be very stressful, especially if you're going to like big family gatherings. You know.
Yes, sir.
and you're probably gonna be around family that you can't not stand for whatever reason. Luckily, I don't have those issues. At
What
the
the
moment.
fuck are you talking about?
Well, because you're gone. So you were gone. So we decided to take like a commercial break and just talk about how's everyone's mental health doing.
You guys could have just done around, and I would have been back, and I could have just picked up at the end.
No, it's okay.
Okay. So
I did request that though.
Well, I denied it, so that was me.
Look at you. What is that? Is that a ho ho, or is that ding dong?
You're wrong, all the time.
My wife made cookies for tomorrow, so.
All right. I know your address.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, my third pick. I'm going with. See, my theme is people who either have experience or are about to have experience in a WarGames match. So he does have experience. He was in the last WarGames match, I believe. Was he? I think he was a part of the newer NXT, like NXT 2.0 team. I'm going Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, okay. Why was I thinking Tommaso Ciampa?
I almost did put Tommaso.
Okay.
So I fucked this whole thing up.
Okay.
Because I thought we were doing a men's and a women's team.
No. I said you can combine them.
And of course you're doing intergender.
Of course.
All right. So.
Fuck, so did I.
You can take Shayna Baszler away.
Okay.
I don't need Shayna Baszler.
So then who do you want to replace Shayna? Wait.
I'm gonna replace Shayna with Tommaso Ciampa.
All right.
And then I got Kevin Owens.
And now pick your third.
Finn Balor.
All right.
Ooh.
Have you figured out the theme of my
yes.
WarGames team yet?
Yes. I have.
Uh-huh.
Justin, do you want me to take out Wendy too?
No. Leave her in there. Let's do intergender. You know what I'm saying? It's 2022. Let's do that. So I got Samoa Joe, Winnie Chu, and then I am going to go with Hikaru Shida.
Okay, Hikaru Shida.
Yeah, Hikaru Shida. Yep.
Solid.
Yep.
My next pick, my number 4 spot here. This is going to be his first WarGames match. Is the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns?
Solid pick. Solid pick. Yep.
I will see your Samoan named Joe with 2 titles and raise you a Samoan named Joe with 2 titles. Samoa Joe.
All right. Just.
I feel like you have to have Roman in there. You know what I'm saying?
You don't.
But I will put, because I'm at 3, right?
Yes.
So I will put, this is going to be weird, but I will put Sheamus.
That's not weird. It's a solid pick.
I'll explain once the team is over, but I'll explain.
Yeah, I mean, everyone can explain, if you want to. Like I said, I'm picking people with WarGames experience, but you two can explain after the fact. My final pick. She's the only woman to be in every single WarGames match thus far. Io Sky.
Oh, yes. That's a good... Oh, God
Okay.
Yeah.
I had time to
getting
think
her
about
intergender WarGames off. Yeah, no, she's getting her intergender WarGames off. My final pick, he is the head of a household. You can call him Alistair, you can call him Malachi, regardless, call him Black.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I definitely
nice.
know your theme. Just
We'll let Justin finish and then we'll talk.
Yeah, just final person.
Guys, there's so many. I'm trying to think. Okay.
I did put you guys on the spot, but you guys have been doing fantastic.
You know what? I'm gonna go Solo Sikoa.
Solo. Alright. So here are the teams that, as they stand, and then like I said, you guys can explain. Team Katie. We have Rhea Ripley, Kevin Owens, Carmelo Hayes, Roman Reigns, and Io Sky. Team Matt has Tommaso Ciampa, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and Alistair/Malachi Black. And Team Just has Wendy Chu, a Samoa named Joe, Hikaru Shida, Sheamus, and Solo Sikoa. So, Matt, would you like to explain the theme behind your WarGames team?
I talked about it on Smackinitraw that I am sorely and sadly disappointed with the current direction of what at one time was and what may ultimately be my favorite era in wrestling, which is the NXT Black and Gold era. So I took my 5 favorite former NXT Black and Gold champions and put them all on one team because I love that era.
Nice.
And I got to see Malachi Black, Alistair Black as champion in Chicago at WarGames, or not at WarGames, at Takeover. I got to see
Takeover
Tommaso
2,
Ciampa
right?
versus Johnny Gargano at Takeover 2 or Takeover Chicago 2. Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, probably the best version of Finn Balor was NXT champion Finn Balor the first run, and the second run wasn't terrible. Samoa Joe is motherfucking Samoa Joe.
The amount of intertwining stories you have in histories with these people is insane. It, like, blows my mind thinking about it. Like, Ciampa and Black, that was the whole catalyst for Ciampa getting Goldie. Balor and Joe, like, that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Joe's the one who took the title off Balor, I believe. Kevin Owens and Balor have a little bit of history in NXT. KO more so with Joe. Because when Samoa Joe debuted, that was prime heel Kevin Owens after he beat the shit out of Sami Zayn and all of that stuff. So you have a lot of good intertwining stories in that. I really just thought a lot of that off the top of my head, so I'm kind of proud of myself. Just, do you have a theme for your team?
So my theme is basically I was trying to get as many Asians in there. I mean, I know I opted not to get Shotzi Blackheart, but I was trying to be different, you know. But basically I was trying to get as many like Asians, you know, that are from the specific realm that kind of like are in tune with like each other. And you might be wondering, well, why is Sheamus in there? I was like, well, he's married to a Filipino, and so he definitely knows all their kind of culture. So I needed a big brute. I needed like a big dominant guy. So that's why I also
you got a brawling brute. It works.
That makes bangers. After bangers.
After bangers, exactly.
After bangers.
All very good teams.
Fella.
Well done, gentlemen. I applaud your teams. Very good. And then we'll quickly just do some quick predictions for Survivor Series WarGames because that is on Saturday. So we'll start with the triple threat for the U.S. title. We have Seth fucking Rollins as our champion, Big Bob, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory. Who wins? Matt?
I have to go with the man who's been kicking Matt Riddle's ass all year long. Put him in his place. My personal messiah, Seth fucking Rollins.
Hell yeah. Just?
I agree. The architect, Tyler Black, Seth fucking Rollins.
There we go. Thank you guys for saying his name correctly. I'm also going Seth fucking Rollins. Like, he can't be touched right now with this. Just let him hold the U.S. title for a hot minute. Like, this man didn't hold gold for so long. We need him to hold this title for a little bit. That's all we're asking. All right, then we have...
And this new iteration of Rollins, I want to see where it goes, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's crazy. He's like the Joker on... If the Joker took, like, colorful steroids. I don't know. Then...
Opiums?
Let's go... Yeah, those. Let's go AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. Justin, who do you have?
Much as I would like it to be AJ Styles, probably Finn Balor to continue the storyline, the momentum that Judgment Day are having.
Okay, so you're going Finn. I think I'm gonna go AJ. I'm not.
Yeah.
Both, because both would benefit from the win, but
True.
I think I'll just lean a little more towards AJ Styles. Matt?
I'm also going Finn Balor. More so because I don't feel like the OC really needs anything, but Judgment Day is kind of wavering back and forth on a branch of death for this faction. And also AJ's, in his winding down years. So, this is his last contract, I believe. Not that he needs to put over Finn Balor, but
I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a match regardless, because these two can put on a show.
Oh yeah.
All right, now let's move on to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey taking on Shotzi Blackheart. As much as I would love Shotzi to win, I don't think it's gonna happen. So I guess I'll go Ronda. Matt?
I refuse to accept the inevitable. Shotzi Blackheart.
Fair enough. Just?
You know my stance. I'm gonna go with Shotzi. Gotta go with Shotzi.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Let's do the women's WarGames match. So the teams as they stand as of today, as we record: Team Damage Control, which consists of Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, and Rhea motherfucking Ripley, taking on Team Bianca, which currently consists of Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Mia Yim. Fifth member to be announced on SmackDown. Give me a guess on who you think the fifth person is and which team you think will win. So, Matt, who's the fifth person on Team Bianca, and who do you think wins?
Well, depending on who the fifth person is, depends on who wins. If it's Candice LeRae, which I feel like is going to be a letdown for a lot of people who are expecting this to be a big announcement, since they're waiting to do it, then I think Team Bayley's going to win. If this is something like a returning Sasha Banks, which everyone is hoping for, and I don't necessarily know that I have faith in that, but if it is, then I see the good guys winning, because you're not going to have someone like that come back and return. The one thing I'm adamant about is I don't want it to be Beth Phoenix. Not because I have an issue. Oh, I froze.
No, you're good. I'm
back.
listening.
Okay. Not because I have an issue with Beth Phoenix, but because right now everyone kind of like Alexa and Asuka have Io and Dakota. Bianca has Bayley. Rhea has Mia Yim. So we need someone for Nikki Cross, which is why I thought Candice made sense. It doesn't make sense to me to put another person feuding with Rhea Ripley that has no association to the final member of their team in for shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact that Rhea is dominant. So I don't know. I'll personally be mad if it's Beth Phoenix off that alone.
Okay. Just, do you have any guesses on a fifth woman and which team will win?
I think it's gonna be Damage Control, and then I think the fifth woman is gonna be Ollie J.
Why the fuck are you like this?
Do you guys remember Ollie J?
Yes.
Do you remember Ollie
Yes,
J?
we all watched that performance.
Okay, so if
yes.
not, let me just we gonna fall in love. Only while you're fine.
Justin.
Okay.
You don't get your.
If you don't get your stupid ass out of here. So do you
No,
have like
I
a real
feel like
guess?
it is I feel like him. Is it weird that I might think it's Nikki Bella?
I mean, she does have that new show coming out that
Is that
debuts like the
weird?
week after
Barmageddon, yeah.
Barmageddon.
Is that weird? I just feel like so I just feel like there's this trend of a lot of people coming back from like serious injuries lately, and like I just was like thinking, who else is out? And I'm thinking, oh, Nikki Bella's out. And I don't know, maybe the tease that Mandy Rose like did made me think of maybe it could be possibly Nikki Bella, so I don't know. Is that weird or
No, I mean at this point anything's possible, and like I won't put anything past them. I very
just because like Matt, I don't think it's gonna be Beth Phoenix. I don't think it's gonna be Sasha Banks or Becky or any of them. So I don't think it's anything of that level. So
no, I mean Becky would also make sense because of everything that happens at SummerSlam, but I'm 90% sure she's still injured and isn't coming back. I don't have much faith in it being Sasha at all. It would definitely be an interesting surprise, but I really don't think it. Like Matt said, it makes the most sense that it's Candace. Yes, Matt.
No, I've made it make sense. All right, so everyone has somebody. Bianca's got Bailey. Asuka's got Io. They did their little Japanese back and forth. Mm-hmm. Alexa has Nikki Cross. Mm-hmm. Rhea has Mia Yim. The perfect return would be the ghost of Tegan Knox's knees.
Stop. It's not her ghost. Tegan Knox. It's Tegan. Listen, that idea has popped in my head, though, that it is Tegan. And, like, I keep getting my hopes up a little bit, because I was like, that'd be so on the nose if it was Tegan
Knox.
Stop.
And she was on SmackDown.
It's just the knees, though. It's not even the wrestler. It's just her kneecaps.
The entire person
coming back.
Stop. Okay, the knee jokes are enough, because people, like, do it, like, in her Twitch chat too, and it's just getting a little.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I am so sorry.
I didn't know that.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I didn't need to do that.
Justin, I will kick you from this fucking show, and we're almost done. I can't.
Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai.
Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai. It does make sense. Dakota is the one who first turned on Tegan at WarGames. It would make sense. I do think Alexa Bliss will turn on the team. She's been
What? Oh, well, because of the Fiend stuff?
Well, all the stuff happening in the background, but also the fact that she has been distancing herself with the team. Like, if you look at them, like, if you look at all four of them standing together, Alexa Bliss is a little off to the side. So, looking at that alone, it is possible. I do think because Team Damage Control has the most experience in this match, Rhea, Dakota, Io.
Right.
I don't think Nikki Cross has been in one. No. No.
She was called up before they started doing them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So, like, with those three alone, like, you have the experience. It's like, I'm going Team Damage Control, but I'm just, this fifth person and someone possibly turning is just still up in my head.
I don't necessarily know that we're going to have a turn. I don't necessarily know that it's going to be Alexa. I feel like everyone is drawing the wrong conclusion from the Fiend stuff showing up behind her. Listen, she ruined fucking WrestleMania. He is not coming to bring her back in the fold. If anything, he is going to sacrifice her properly, unlike Schism, who doesn't know how to properly sacrifice someone. First off, you need an altar and a knife. Second off, they need to be naked. That's just how it works. You don't put somebody through a table and call it a sacrifice.
We'll talk about that on Friday. Stop it.
We will talk about that on Friday.
I know. All right. final one, men's WarGames match. Team Bloodline, so Roman, Usos, Solo Sikoa, Honorary Usi in the Sky with Diamond, Sami Zayn. And then Team Brawling Brutes, I guess. So Sheamus, Ridge, Butch, Drew, and Kevin Owens. Justin, who do you have?
It's got to be the Bloodline. Bloodline all day.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hard-fought victory, but definitely Bloodline.
Unless.
Right, Onslaught?
Unless
Oh.
Sammy takes the L. And Sammy costing the Bloodline this match is the final straw, and them booting him from the Bloodline, and Kevin coming up and being like, I told you, I've been telling you, they were you, and then us getting to Kevin Owens
and Sammy
joining up with Sammy, heading towards WrestleMania against the Usos for the titles. Though it's a little early to start that.
The Cole Roderick.
I'm sorry, the what?
Kind of like with Cole and Roderick, remember?
Oh, Cole.
Remember
you said Cole
when,
Roderick, and I'm like, is that a basketball player?
I
What the
really
fuck
thought
is
it
he
was just like a
talking about?
random person he was naming, but it does. Okay. Now it makes sense.
It does sound like a name.
It does.
No, remember when he gave him this? Yeah, remember he gave him the UA sleeve. He gave him the UA sleeve, and then
UB.
The UE.
What's the UA? United States of America.
Not undisputed anal. It's undisputed era.
Why is it? Okay, enough of this.
I'm sorry, you're right. It's the UE. Okay.
Goddamn. I was speculating, and I don't know why I didn't say it on Young Kings, but hear me out. What if Jey Uso takes the pin?
Could happen.
What if? I mean,
It could happen.
I don't know.
I am not on the Jey Uso versus Roman for the title.
I'm more so was just.
can't.
I know you're not, but that aside, Sammy and Jay are the ones who have been going at it. So if Jay ends up taking the pin and Roman finally does something about it, then it's gonna just kind of be like Jay outed from the bloodline and kind of just trying to take on Sammy, try and get his brother back, losing to Solo because losing your baby brother. It could make for a good story. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just throwing out what ifs, my guy.
What if Jay turns on the bloodline and
I agree.
drops Sammy and lets them pin Sammy?
That also could happen.
And then plays it up like it was a mistake. I didn't mean to.
It's like, oos, I didn't mean to.
Go with
Roman's
Team
like,
Brawling
yes, you
Brutes. I'm going Team Brawling Brutes.
Okay.
Oh no, it's WarGames. God, it's WarGames. Never mind.
Yeah, nothing, no pins can be made until all putting in quotes.
Wouldn't the story be a little bit more compelling if it was elimination? You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if the final two from the bloodline was Sammy and Jay.
Well,
and it was up to those two who don't get along to get this win for the family. You know?
Realistically, if you didn't have Roman in the match, that would make sense. But you have Roman in the match. And if it was elimination...
Yeah, but then imagine if it was elimination. Like they did team up to... Somehow, they got teamed up and Roman did get pinned. And then it's like, oh, shit. Roman's not in the match.
I don't think Roman would get...
Okay, now I sound like some fucking...
Now we're just talking hypotheticals. I don't think that would happen hypothetically.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because Roman hasn't really been pinned. I don't know. It's a whole thing. We'll talk about this after the fact. This is already going on longer than I expected, but whatever. I don't care. It's my show. I can do what I want. Any final thoughts on WarGames, Survivor Series, anything? Any final thoughts, boys?
It's gonna bang.
Yes, it is.
It will be a banger.
Great. Good job, guys.
No,
Thank you.
It's gonna be a good show. I'm excited for it. I actually have my second Thanksgiving on Saturday, so I told my wife I know you don't like driving at night, but if we leave too late, you're gonna have to drive so I can watch WarGames in the car on the way home. So, have fun with that.
All right. Hey, listen. I also hate driving at night, so I understand. It sucks. But alright, cool. Thank you both. Put that down. Thank you both for joining me on whatever I decide to name this episode. Jess, plug your socials where people can find you, all that jazz.
Yes, find me on the Getcho Podcast on Twitter, Getcho Podcast on Instagram. Me and Chicago Delphin Vince and Benji, we did release an episode. Shout out to him. If you can't find me there, you can find me on Marks and Mikes, where we just did a full gear recap episode. Yeah, so that was fun shit too. Also with these lovely friends of mine, we also are on Getting Off, where we talked about Match Slasherverse. So that is also dope. There's also some new projects for Getting Off coming up too, right, Matt? So yeah, all that good shit.
True. Mr. Matt Ritter, plug yourself.
You can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ritter, at MCTRDDR, on Hive at smackinitraw. Yeah, if you want to find us, go there. All the links are in the link tree in the bios at Matt Ritter or at smackinitraw or at Getting Off.
There you go. Good job, buddy. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieWrestling13. Link Jim about to get all things ShElite Showcase, Twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase. Like I said, an episode in the beginning, typically Thursday 6 p.m. Eastern-ish, give or take. YouTube.com/ShElite Showcase. Watch the videos because they're way more entertaining, even though it's hella laggy and I need to fix OBS. That's a different issue for a different day. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. If you like to listen, put that down. ShElite Showcase is the brand. It's also the weekly show, obviously, that you're watching right now. Inside the Mind of. New episode will be out on Monday with RN from Smacked Raw. In the Crowd just made its resurgence for the third time, including Jess and his cousin Rob. It's a time.
Oh.
Yes. All the new kids on the block, which wasn't even referenced on the show, but it came up again. It's fine. What other fucking shows do I do? Story time with Katie Kinsey, baby. I have to do another one of those whenever I feel like it. That's a YouTube exclusive. Savannah just debuted Light Diffused, her first episode. That is up on the channel and all the things. New Japan Takeover is currently on a hiatus.
Yep.
I'm always on Smackin' It Raw on Fridays. You can find me there. I'm always on Getting
11 p.m.
Off.
Central.
Whatever. 11 p.m. Central. 12 Eastern. Midnight. Stop it. We're not doing CST chants. Yeah, I think that's all the plugging I have to do. I don't even know anymore. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. Much appreciated. I threw out the offer. You guys accepted. Put it down! Stop it! If you want to know why I'm yelling at Matt, watch the video. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.